BGMC. The biblical truth lives here.
We are living in a time like no other in history, but fortunately for us, God wrote it all down in His prophecies. Find out what prophecies happened this week ripped straight from the headlines. Stay tuned for the Prophecy Headlines news show on the Remnant's Call.
Remnant's Call End Time Prophecy News.
La noticia llamada remanente.
The first news stories come from Israel.
La primera historia viene de Israel.
The first story is this.
La primera historia es esta.
Now, a lot of people think that the Palestinians were there in Israel in 1948.
Ahora, mucha gente piensa que los palestinos estaban allí en la tierra antes de 1948.
That, in fact, is a very great lie.
Eso es una gran mentira.
There were 320,000 Arabs from all different nations in Israel in 1948.
Habían 320,000 árabes de todo lugar viviendo hasta 1948.
They were migrant workers working for the British government.
Eran trabajadores inmigrantes que trabajaban para el gobierno británico.
A lot of them were also slaves to the Ottoman Empire.
Muchos de ellos eran esclavos para el Imperio Otomán.
So when the Palestinians said that they've always been there, that is in fact a great lie.
Cuando los palestinos dicen que ellos estuvieron siempre allí, eso es una mentira.
Going on to the next news story.
Próxima historia.
Israel has been there for a long, long time.
Israel ha estado ahí por un tiempo muy, muy largo.
They found another treasure trove of artifacts this week.
Encontraron tesoros esta semana.
They found a bunch of coins
Encontraron muchas monedas
dating back over 2,000 years to the Hasmonean period.
Que datan de 2000 años atrás del periodo Hasmoneo.
That goes back before Yeshua.
Que esto data antes de Yeshua.
They found a bag of money.
Encontraron una bolsa de dinero.
How would you like to find a bag of money that was 2,000 years old?
¿Cómo te gustaría encontrar una bolsa de dinero que tiene 2000 años de
That's
antigüedad?
worth a chunk of change, I'm telling you.
Eso vale mucho dinero.
All right, going on to the next news story.
Vamos a la próxima historia.
There was a woman from Canada,
Hubo una mujer de Canadá,
a Jewish woman,
una mujer judía,
who at 95 years old this week
que de 95 años,
emigrated to Israel to live there for the rest of her life.
que esta semana emigró a Israel para vivir el resto de su vida.
95 years old.
95 años de edad.
She has grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Ella tiene nietos y bisnietos.
Her 7th great-grandchild was born this week.
Su bisnieto número 7, nació esta semana.
So this 95-year-old Jewish lady named Dorothy Trutner,
Esta mujer de 95 años judía de nombre Dorothy Trutner,
she emigrated to Israel to live for the rest of her life.
ella emigró a Israel para vivir el resto de sus días.
May she know peace.
Que ella conozca la paz.
Going to the next news story from Israel.
Próxima historia de Israel.
This week was Jerusalem Day week.
Esta semana fue el día de Jerusalén, o la semana de Jerusalén.
In 1967,
En 1967,
Israel captured all of the old city
Israel capturó toda la ciudad antigua
in something called the 6-Day War.
en algo que se llama la Guerra de los 6 días.
And 10,000 Jews marched in the old city this past Sunday.
Y 10,000 judíos marcharon en la ciudad antigua la semana pasada.
And there you see, for the first time
Y vemos aquí por primera vez,
in 2,000 years,
en 2000 años,
in 1967,
en
a
1967,
Torah scroll was brought up to the Temple Mount.
un rollo de la Torah fue llevado hasta el templo del monte.
And the shofar was sounded on the Temple Mount.
Y el shofar también se sonó en el templo.
May
en
it
el monte
come
del
again
templo.
in our day.
Que regrese en nuestro día.
Anti-Semitism story.
Historias de antisemitismo.
Our first anti-Semitism story
Nuestra primera historia de antisemitismo
comes about Israel.
viene de Israel.
There was a terror attack in
Hubo
Tel Aviv.
Hubo un ataque terrorista en Tel Aviv.
Who would have thought there would have been a terror attack after 200,000 people say it's okay to be gay?
¿Quién pensaría que iba a haber un ataque terrorista cuando 200,000 personas dijeron que está bien ser homosexual?
But the United Nations,
Pero las Naciones Unidas,
the Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, Ban Ki-moon,
el secretario general Ban Ki-moon,
oh, he was, the Palestinians, they are celebrating.
él dijo que los palestinos están celebrando.
He was in shock
Estuvo sorprendido
that they would celebrate the death of the Jews.
que estaban celebrando la muerte de los judíos.
It's only been going on for like at least 5 years.
Esto ha estado pasando por 5 años.
Maybe if you stopped snorting cocaine, you might have noticed it.
Quizás si dejas de inhalar cocaína podrías haber notado
Or maybe
esto.
he's smoking really good pot.
O quizás está fumándose una buena marihuana.
Yes, you see the fireworks going off for the dead Jews.
Ven cómo están celebrando aquí por los judíos que
What
murieron.
if we were to do that?
¿Qué tal si hiciéramos eso?
Blew up a few Palestinian buildings,
Explotamos algunos edificios
and all the Jews
palestinos
in Israel
y
celebrated.
todos los judíos en Israel los
You go,
celebrarían.
yeah, we blew up your house.
Sí, sí,
Hit the
reventamos tu
road,
casa.
Jack. Don't you come back. What would they say if we did that?
¿Qué pasaría si hiciéramos eso? ¿Qué dirían?
They would condemn us.
Nos condenarían.
Next anti-Semitism story. David Duke is the head of the Ku Klux Klan. Cluck, cluck, cluck.
David Duke es la cabeza del Ku Klux Klan.
He is a very big supporter of Donald J. Trump.
Él apoya mucho a Donald Trump.
Okay? He said the Jews are behind this thing to bring down Trump.
Él dice que los judíos están detrás de la manipulación para derrumbar o derrotar a Trump.
And Trump's university that took everybody's money and didn't give them anything.
En una universidad de Trump que tomó todo el dinero de la gente y no les dio nada.
But once you see this type of behavior,
Pero una vez que veas este comportamiento,
blame the Jews,
culpa a los judíos, culpa a los judíos.
that's what happened right before World War II.
Eso pasó antes de la Segunda Guerra
So I
Mundial.
want you to notice these things,
Quiero que notes estas cosas,
because this is happening worldwide.
porque esto está pasando alrededor del mundo.
Now we go to the prophecy news.
Vamos a las noticias de profecía.
Our first prophecy is a blessing.
Nuestra primera profecía es una bendición.
Jehovah said in Genesis 12, verse 3,
Jehová dice en Génesis 12, verso 3.
I will bless those that bless Israel and curse those that curse them.
Bendeciré a aquellos que bendicen a Israel, y maldeciré a los que lo maldicen.
I think you're going to see a blessing in Italy.
Yo creo que vas a ver una bendición en Italia.
In Italy, their parliament
En Italia, el Parlamento
approved a bill
ha aprobado una ley
that if anybody says the Holocaust didn't happen,
que si alguien dice que el holocausto nunca pasó,
is going to go to jail.
va a ir a la cárcel.
And they passed a bill 237 to 5.
Y pasó la ley a 237 votos en contra de 5.
So I think you're going to see a pretty good blessing go to Italy.
Van a ver una buena bendición que va a ir a Italia,
Because God promised.
porque Dios promete.
Now let's get down to the deep, hard stories.
Vamos a ver a las historias fuertes.
Demons.
Demonios.
In Leviticus 17,
En Levíticos 17,
verse 7,
verso 7,
the Lord said,
el Señor dice,
we will no longer worship the goat demon.
ya no adoraremos al demonio chivo,
The goat demon.
al demonio chivo.
This past week,
Esta semana,
and I highly recommend everybody watching the
y
video,
recomiendo que todos miren este video.
they built this tunnel underneath the Alps mountains.
Ellos construyeron un túnel que pasa por las montañas de los Alpes.
750 feet underground.
750 pies bajo el suelo.
It is the longest tunnel ever.
Es el túnel más largo.
It cost 11 billion euros to make.
Y costó 11 billones de euros para construirlo.
And when they opened it up, they had this
Y
ceremony.
cuando lo abrieron, tuvieron esta ceremonia.
Look at what's on this person's head.
Mira lo que está en la cabeza de esta persona.
They had this whole satanic ritual to open up this tunnel.
Tuvieron todo este rito satánico para inaugurar este túnel.
They have the man has a goat on his head.
El hombre tiene un chivo en su cabeza.
They were carrying dead goats
Estaban llevando chivos muertos
on sticks.
en palos.
They were dancing to the devil in the tunnel.
Estaban bailando para el demonio en el túnel.
Satanism is alive and it's in our face.
El satanismo está vivo y está en nuestras caras.
But the interesting part about this particular story
La parte interesante de esta historia en particular
is that all of Europe's prime ministers were there.
es que todos los primer ministros europeos estuvieron allí.
Angelina Merkel, the prime minister of Germany, was there.
La primer ministra Angelina Merkel estuvo ahí, ella es de Alemania.
She is a pastor's daughter.
Y ella es la hija de un pastor.
You should see this ceremony. It's unbelievable.
Deberías ver la ceremonia, es increíble.
It's on YouTube. World's largest tunnel.
En YouTube, en el túnel más largo del mundo.
Or if you email me, I'll send you the link to the video.
O mándame un correo electrónico y te mando la dirección para el video.
It is quite amazing.
Es sorprendente.
And 20 minutes long.
Y 20 minutos de duración.
Next prophecy.
Próxima profecía.
God says in Deuteronomy 28, verse 15,
Dios dice en Deuteronomio 28, verso
that if
15,
you refuse to pay attention to my laws,
que si te rehusas a poner atención en mis leyes,
I'm going to send plagues in abundance to you.
voy a mandar plagas en abundancia para ti.
Tonight,
Esta noche
there's a restaurant that opens up to the public in England.
hay un restaurante que se abrirá para las personas en Inglaterra.
It is the Naked Restaurant.
Ew. Es el restaurante de los desnudos.
Now, if you're going to go to this restaurant,
Si vas a ir a ese restaurante,
if you're a man,
si eres un hombre,
don't go looking like that.
no te vayas si te ves así.
If you haven't seen the inside of a gym in a couple of years, do not go to you shouldn't go to this restaurant anyway.
No deberías ir a este gimnasio, pero si no has ido a este restaurante, pero si no has ido al gimnasio, no vayas a un restaurante así.
But, he's got more rolls than that's on the table.
Él tiene más rollos que en la mesa.
They have a 44,000 person waiting list.
Tienen una lista de espera de 44,000 personas.
44,000 people have already paid to eat dinner there.
44,000 personas ya han pagado para comer allí. Wow.
You can sit there and eat naked. I think it'd be cheaper to eat naked at home.
Puedes sentarte y comer desnudo. Yo creo que va a ser más barato si comes desnudo en tu casa.
But don't eat naked.
Pero no comas desnudo.
It's not cool with God.
No es bueno con Dios.
Unless you're an infant.
A no ser que seas un bebé.
Okay? That man should not be at that restaurant.
Ese hombre no debería estar en el restaurante.
That makes me want to throw up instead.
Eso me quiere hacer vomitar en un lugar.
Next prophecy.
Próxima profecía.
Here's a blessing that's going to come to Poland.
Esta es una bendición que vendrá a Polonia.
In Jeremiah chapter 1, verse 5,
En Jeremías capítulo 1, verso 5,
God says, I knew you in the womb.
Dios dice, yo te conocí en el vientre.
God puts you inside your mother's womb like the little baby in Giovanna's belly right now.
Dios puso al bebé en el vientre, así como hizo en el vientre de
That
Giovanna,
just finished punching her bladder.
que terminó de golpearle la vejiga.
In Poland this week,
En Polonia esta semana.
there was a hospital that stopped performing abortions.
Amén. Hubo un hospital que detuvo los abortos.
Every doctor and every nurse
Todo médico y toda enfermera
refused to do abortions.
rehusaron
Amen.
hacer abortos. Amén.
Next story, please pay attention because
Próxima
things
historia.
about to happen.
Por favor, pongan atención porque cosas están a punto
I
de
highly
suceder.
recommend everybody reading Ezekiel chapter 38.
Recomiendo mucho que lean Ezequiel 38.
In Ezekiel chapter 38,
En Ezequiel 38
it talks about the bear coming from the north
habla del oso viniendo del norte
and attacking Israel.
y está atacando a Israel.
That bear made a pact with Benjamin Netanyahu this past week.
Este oso hizo un pacto con Benjamín Netanyahu esta semana.
The bear is Russia.
El oso es Rusia.
Russia has now made a military alliance with Israel.
Rusia hizo una alianza militar con Israel.
And Russia is going to have unfettered access to all of Israel.
Wow. Y Rusia va a tener acceso sin límites a Israel.
The other interesting part about this,
La otra parte interesante de esto,
in Ezekiel 38,
en Ezequiel
it
38,
says that the one from the north
dice que el del norte
comes with a horde of people to attack Israel in Psalm 83.
viene con mucha gente a atacar a Israel en el Salmo
83.
83.
Russia has made an alliance with Iran
Rusia tiene una alianza con Irán
and other Muslim countries.
y otros países musulmanes.
Get ready for the party.
Prepárense para la fiesta.
Get ready for the collapse of everything in the world.
Prepárense para la caída de todo en el mundo.
If you only have a day's worth of food in your house, make sure that never happens.
Si tienes comida solamente para unos días, asegúrate que esto no siga.
And if you don't have money for food,
Y si no tienes dinero para la
in the
comida,
back of our sanctuary,
en la parte de atrás de nuestro santuario
there is food for the poor.
hay comida para el pobre.
Take it.
Tómala.
It is yours. It's free.
Es tuya, es gratis.
War is coming.
La guerra viene.
Be prepared.
Prepárate.
Take the Messianic martial arts class.
Toma las clases de artes marciales
Get
mesiánicas.
yourself a firearm.
Si puedes, consíguete un arma de fuego.
And most of all,
Y más que nada,
have a sword,
ten una espada,
a paper one.
una de papel.
Know how to use your sword.
Aprende cómo utilizar tu espada.
Because remember,
Porque
greater is
recuerda,
he that lives in you
más grande es el que vive en ti
than he that lives in this world.
que aquel que vive en este mundo.
But get into a relationship now.
Es mejor que tengas una relación con él ahora.
Next prophecy story.
Próxima historia de profecía.
Proverbs 8 verse 36.
Proverbios 8, verso
There are
36.
some people that love death.
Hay gente que ama la muerte.
Now yesterday,
Ayer,
California had a pretty big earthquake
California tuvo un temblor muy fuerte.
of 5.6 in Southern California.
Un temblor de 5.6.
That
en
was
California.
God with a shot over the bow.
Ese era Dios poniendo su dedo en la tierra.
There was something that opened up in California this week.
Hay algo que se habilitó en California esta semana.
California now says that you have the right to kill yourself.
California dice que ahora tienes el derecho para matarte.
And a center for only $2,000 will kill you.
Y en un centro, una clínica, por $2,000 te matarán.
You can go there to have them give you all these drugs so that you'll die.
Puedes ir allá para que ellos te administren todas estas drogas para que te mueras.
And wait, there's more.
Y espérate que hay más.
On sale this week
En venta estaba esta
for
semana.
$19.95.
Por
You
$19.95.
could kill yourself.
Tú puedes matarte.
Think God is going to be happy with that?
¿Crees que Dios va a estar feliz contigo?
You better get ready for one really big earthquake.
Prepárate para un terremoto muy grande.
Next prophecy.
Próxima profecía.
Arm yourself in Esther chapter 8 verse 11.
Prepárense, ármense ustedes.
God says that we can arm ourselves.
El Señor dice que podemos armarnos.
I highly recommend
Yo recomiendo
the
mucho
9mm automatic,
una automática de 9 milímetros,
the 45 automatic,
una 45 automática
and the AR-15.
y la AR-15.
In New Jersey, we can't own flamethrowers,
En New Jersey no podemos tener
but
lanzallamas,
in North Carolina you can, as long as they don't go over 51 yards.
pero en Carolina del Norte sí, mientras no pasen más de 50 yardas.
And why should you get your handguns?
¿Y por qué debes obtener armas de fuego?
Because the nation is about to split apart.
Porque la nación está a punto de dividirse.
A federal appeals court in San Francisco ruled this past Thursday
En una corte de San Francisco dijeron este pasado jueves
that Americans do not have the right to carry their weapons.
que los americanos no
There's two
tienen
over here.
derechos
You wanna
a
say?
llevar armas de fuego.
Okay? That you can. So this is going to go to the Supreme Court.
Esto va a entrar en la Corte Suprema.
This is exactly why the founders wrote the Second Amendment.
Esto es exactamente que los padres fundadores pusieron este segundo enmienda.
Ask Jorge and his family.
Pregúntale a Jorge y a su
What did Fidel
familia.
Castro do first?
¿Qué hizo Fidel Castro primero?
Everybody gave in their guns.
Todos entregaron sus armas.
What always happens first?
¿Qué pasa primero?
Hitler did the same thing.
Hitler hizo lo mismo.
He gathered all the weapons.
Él reunió todas las
The
armas.
government will protect you.
El gobierno te protegerá.
God gives us the right to protect ourselves.
Dios nos da derecho a protegernos.
The country is about to come undone.
El país está a punto de despedazarse.
The government of North Carolina will secede from the Union.
El gobernador de Carolina del Norte se
Texas
saldrá de
will
la Unión.
most certainly secede from the Union.
Texas, de cierto, va a salirse de la
And they
Unión
will become the Republic of Texas again.
y se convertirá en la República de Texas otra vez.
This is all happening
Todo esto está pasando
very fast.
muy rápido.
And the reason is you're going to see during the message
Y la razón es porque vas a ver durante el mensaje
and right now in this story.
y ahora en historia.
John 17 verse 14,
Juan 17:14.
God says you're going to be hated because you follow me.
El Señor dice que va a ser odiado porque tú le sigues.
In this new story,
En esta próxima historia.
Christians in Italy were told to pray silently because of the Muslims.
A los cristianos se les dijo que oren en silencio para evitar ofender a los musulmanes.
You might offend the Muslims.
Quizá les ofendas a los musulmanes.
Like I care?
Como que me importa.
You know, if a Muslim doesn't like me praying, I'm going to pray louder.
Si un musulmano quiere que yo ore, voy a orar más fuerte.
Can you say the name Yeshua?
Puedes decir el nombre Yeshua.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Borei Peri Hagafen.
Amén.
Amen?
Amén.
You don't tell me to be silent, I'm going to be louder.
Tú no me dices que me calle, voy a ser más bullicioso.
And if a cop comes to arrest me, make sure that cop brings a whole bunch of other
Y
fellas.
si un policía viene a arrestarme, asegúrate que traiga más compañeros.
Because I will arrest the cop for breaking my First Amendment rights.
Porque yo voy a arrestar al policía por romper mi derecho, mi primera enmienda.
Next story about that.
Próxima historia.
In California,
En
a
California,
7-year-old was arrested
un niño de 7 años fue arrestado
for giving out Bible tracts
por entregar tratados de Biblias
at
bíblicos
school.
en la escuela.
This country is about to be smacked hard by God.
Este país está a punto de ser golpeado por Dios.
Next prophecy story.
Próxima historia de profecía.
In the end of days, evil will be called good, and good will be called evil.
En el fin de los tiempos, el bien será llamado mal y al mal será llamado bien.
In this new story,
En esta próxima historia,
Obama did something this week.
Obama hizo algo esta
Our
semana.
wonderful gay Muslim president.
Nuestro maravilloso
His wife
homosexual
is not a girl.
presidente. Su esposa no
Look
es
at her
mujer.
neck.
Mira su cuello.
She's got an Adam's apple.
Tiene una manzana de Adán.
Now, Donald Trump's wife is a girl
Ahora la esposa de Donald Trump es mujer.
because she's taken a lot of naked pictures.
Porque se ha tomado muchas fotos desnudas.
The president did something very interesting this week.
El presidente hizo algo interesante esta semana.
This is also another thing how the government controls you.
Es otra cosa que el gobierno te va a controlar.
He gave away our sovereignty over the internet
Él
to the world body.
entregó el uso de la soberanía del Internet al gobierno mundial.
Pretty soon, we're not going to be able to broadcast like we're broadcasting.
Muy pronto no vamos a poder transmitir como estamos transmitiendo.
He gave away our sovereignty.
Él entregó nuestra
Something which is
soberanía.
illegal and he should be hung for sedition.
Algo que es ilegal y debería ser colgado por
But we have a
traición.
bunch of fairies in the Senate and the Congress.
Pero tenemos un montón de
We don't have real
maripositas.
men. We don't have men of character,
No tenemos hombres de carácter,
men of courage,
hombres de carácter,
men of honor,
de fuerza, de honor,
men of dignity.
de dignidad.
We've got a bunch of cowards.
Tenemos un montón de cobardes.
So here in America, in this next prophecy,
Aquí en América, en esta próxima profecía,
Exodus 22 verse 18 says you're not to permit a sorceress to live.
Éxodo 28:18 dice que no debes permitir a un brujo que viva.
These dolls are selling out.
Estas muñecas se están vendiendo.
This woman is making voodoo dolls against Donald Trump.
Esta mujer está haciendo muñecos de vudú en contra de Trump.
So everybody's supposed to have their little voodoo doll.
Todos deben tener su pequeño
And
muñeca
then
de
when Donald
vudú.
Trump goes to accept the nomination at the Republican National Convention,
Y cuando Donald Trump vaya
Everybody's supposed to poke their voodoo doll.
vaya a aceptar su nominación en la convención republicana, todos tienen que comenzar a pincharle a la muñeca de vudú.
But what you're seeing
Pero lo que
is
estás
these
mirando
people used to hide.
es que esta gente solía esconderse.
Now they're not.
Ahora ya no.
Why?
¿Por qué?
It's because we're not doing our job.
Porque no estamos haciendo nuestro trabajo.
We are here, but nobody else is doing this.
Nosotros estamos aquí, pero no hay nadie más que hace esto.
Next prophecy story.
Próxima historia de profecía.
Please pay attention to this one.
Pon atención a esto.
These are the last stories.
Estas son las últimas historias.
Deuteronomy 28, verse 49 and 50.
Deuteronomio 28, 49 y 50.
God says, I'm going to raise up an enemy to you
Dios dice que va a levantar un enemigo para
because
nosotros.
you don't want to follow my laws.
Porque no quiere seguir mis leyes.
The first story about this enemy,
La primera historia de este enemigo.
there is an imam here in America
Hay un imam aquí en América
that's on YouTube.
que está en YouTube.
He says Muslims have the right to take the infidel stuff here in America.
Él dice que los musulmanes tienen derecho a tomar propiedad de los infieles.
He says that Muslims can come into your house
Él dice que los musulmanes pueden venir a tu casa
and throw you out.
y sacarte de tu casa.
Muslims can come into your house and rape your women.
Los musulmanes pueden entrar a tu casa y violar a tus mujeres.
You can beat up the white man.
Puedes golpear al hombre blanco.
You can rape their women.
Puedes violar a sus
You can
mujeres.
murder their children.
Puedes asesinar a sus hijos.
But this man is not being arrested.
Pero este hombre no está siendo arrestado.
What if I were to say something like
¿Qué
that?
pasa si yo dijera algo así?
I mean, our God doesn't say that.
Nuestro Dios no dice eso.
But what if a Christian were to say something like
¿Y
that?
qué tal si un cristiano dijera algo así?
Or a Jew were to say something like
O
that?
un judío dijera algo así.
The FBI will be knocking at your door.
La FBI estuviera golpeando en tu puerta.
Why is the FBI not knocking at this Muslim's door?
¿Por qué la FBI no está golpeando en la puerta
It's
de este
recorded.
musulmán?
It's
Está
on
grabado.
YouTube. It's
Está en
public.
YouTube. Es público.
In the end, evil will be called good,
Al final el mal será llamado bien
and good will be called evil.
y el bien será llamado mal.
Here, on the next story, in the Middle East,
Otra historia en el Medio Oriente.
they burned 19 women alive this week.
ISIS quemó a 19
The
muchachas vivas.
Muslims, the
Los
Muslims, the Muslims
Los musulmanes
burned 19 women alive in a cage
quemaron a 19 mujeres vivas en una jaula
because they wouldn't be sex slaves to the animals.
porque no querían ser esclavas sexuales para los animales.
Next story. In Pakistan,
En Pakistán,
a Muslim family,
una familia musulmana
burned their daughter alive
quema a su hija viva
to death
hasta morir
because she wouldn't marry who they told her to marry.
porque no quiso casarse con quien le dijeron que se case.
These are just some of the stories.
Estas son algunas de las historias.
I highly recommend everybody getting the email Jihad Watch.
Recomiendo que ustedes obtengan la página Jihad Watch.
Jihad Watch.
Jihad Watch.
What's going on in Europe
Lo que está pasando en Europa
is unbelievable.
es increíble.
All over Europe.
En toda Europa.
Messiah said in Matthew 24,
El Mesías dice en Mateo
in the
24,
end,
al final,
nation versus nation and kingdom versus kingdom.
nación en contra nación y reino contra reino.
It's coming, everybody.
Está viniendo.
How do you protect yourself?
¿Cómo es que te proteges?
First and foremost,
Primero que nada,
know and believe in Yeshua.
que nadie cree en Yeshua.
Second,
Segundo,
follow the commandments.
o cree en Yeshua y sigue los mandamientos.
Follow the commandments.
Sigue los mandamientos
And there'll be protection.
y tendremos protección.
God protects the righteous.
Dios protege a los justos.
And how are you found righteous?
¿Y cómo es que tú te encuentras justo?
613.
Con los 613.
All right, if you want all these new stories and many more,
Si quieren estas noticias y muchas más,
send me an email to info@bethgoim.org.
mándenme un correo a info@betgoin.org.
All right.
Shalom. My name is Messianic Rabbi Andrew Dinnerman, and I invite you to come to visit our congregation. If you are in the tri-state area, come out and visit with us on Shabbat.
We are a congregation of Jews and Gentiles, living as one in the Messiah Yeshua. BGMC is a place of true worship. The focus never wanders from the Hebraic roots of our faith. Beth Goyim is rooted in the Word of God from Bereshit through to the book of Revelation. Messiah's strong words against man-made tradition are carefully recorded in Matthew 7. That is the reason we only follow the straight-up instructions found in Scripture. Truly, the way, the truth, and the life. If you're looking for a deeper walk with Adonai, come out for our Tuesday evening Bible study called Messianic Torah Time. Come, spend the day with us on any Shabbat. We start at 11 a.m. with the sound of the ancient Hebrew shofar. Next, we offer our King praise and worship in English, Hebrew, and Spanish. After worship, we review the headlines in the previous week's news from around the globe, especially news from the Holy Land, Israel. We don't just list the news headlines as current events, but we comb through the scriptures, searching for clues to understand what they mean and then to help pinpoint prophetically our current position on Adonai's clock. After digesting all that modern information, we leave the world behind as we journey with our Adonai deep into his eternal word, not with just one or two scriptures, but usually 7 or more scriptures. The spiritual nourishment and the richness of his kingdom become accessible to the ones who share this special time and seek them out. The day does not end there. Because Shabbat is so special to him, there is always so much more that our King desires to share. So instead of separating and leaving, we stay together as a family for potluck lunch and an afternoon study of our King's Word. We close the Shabbat together with the reading of the new week's parashah. That's the Torah portion. Even after those blessings, many of us just can't get enough. So the members bring prepared homemade foods to share while we all enjoy an uplifting movie together. If all that information is not quite enough, you can check out our website where you will find over 200 video teachings and biblical holy day studies. Under Messianic Torah Time, the Hebrew Roots button, you'll discover free studies on many, many different topics, including PowerPoint slide presentations. If Beth Goyim sounds like a place you'd love to visit, but you live outside the tri-state area, there is still a way to connect with us. We stream live on the internet on Tuesday, Thursday, and Shabbat. The website is www.bethgoyim.org. That's BETHGOYIM.org. Our phone number is 973-338-7800 or 978-2-YESHUA. That's 978, the number 2, Yeshua. Shalom.